Got a tattoo? Then you gotta have a story. This week, Brittany's got chest lace, and Joey's got a Joey stand.
Baseball guy here. I'm in San Diego, and I've got the lovely Britney here, who really is a tremendous piece of art here. And it's like, where do I start? But I know where I want to start. I want to start with Brandon Lee. Tell me about your crow tattoo.
Um, well, The Crow is such a cult classic, and it's one of my favorite movies. So I definitely wanted to get something on myself to show that. It was done by Roman Abrigo, who's a really good Solon artist, and we have about 10 more hours to go, and we have done 15.
Okay, and I see Brandon's in black and white. The crow, mostly black and white, but there's some purple in there. Tell me about what you're going to be doing with that crow.
He wants to put some teal and more purples in the crow and more saturation in the face. So, and then do more at the bottom, and I think then we'll be done.
Awesome. And then one of the other things that definitely stands out to me is your spider, like right there on your throat. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, that was done by my buddy Marlon, and I've known him since I was 18. So when I went in when I was like 23, he was like, I'm going to try to convince you not to get it. And so until he put it on me and started tattooing, he's like, are you sure? And then he started tattooing, and when he was done, he's like, that's actually pretty cool. So.
All right. Now, that's one of the ones you said they notice a lot. And then they also notice your chest. And we're talking about the tattoo guys, the chest tattoo. Tell me about that one.
My buddy Jason Howard, that works at EC Tattoo too, did that one, and that was my most painful. Actually, it's not done. I just told him I wanted a lace design, and that's what he came up with. Which
What are you going to be adding to it?
we're gonna do some shading in it and bolder lines, so more black.
Okay, a lot more black. And you've got next to your doggy here, you've got your arm sleeve, and you've got some really cool stuff, a little bit of like scales, and you got like a great sugar skull and some other like Day of the Dead type stuff. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I started getting that when I was 18. I've always been interested in the Day of the Dead art, and the meaning of celebrating the lives of those who've passed. I've lost, unfortunately, a lot of people in my life. So instead of getting individual memorial tattoos, I just decided to honor them with that sleeve.
And then you're thinking about changing it a little bit though?
Yeah, I have some art I got when I was younger that isn't exactly as good as I hoped it'd be. So I'm definitely going to be blacking out some of my arm.
Now, what was your first ever tattoo?
Is the clover right here. I was almost 15.
Almost 15, meaning you were 14.
Yeah. My best friend Chris's dad was saying he was moving to Mexico, and he asked us what we wanted, and we said we wanted tattoos, and he did it.
And what was your experience like at 14 getting a tattoo?
uh, it hurt. Not enough to make me not want anymore because I kept going.
And what did your parents say, or how did they even find out about this tattoo?
I was sitting when MySpace was still a thing. I was sitting down on it, and my shirt was up, and my mom just kind of looked down and asked me what it was, and it was like not even a full week after I had gotten it. So I told her a tattoo, and she was pretty mad. And then I actually ended up getting one a couple months later. So
Which one did you get a couple months later?
the Skin Industries devil on my side, which was not. I wish I wouldn't have.
Are you going to get that one covered up?
Probably not. I got it fixed. It was done in a garage when I was 15, and it was pretty bad. So it's been fixed.
Now, on your legs, you've got something that I used to watch when I was 15, Butthead. Tell me about Butthead.
That's my newest tattoo. Me and my best friend call each other Mavis and Asshat. I'm Asshat. So it was her birthday gift from me. I got it from my buddy Harpo. I got Butthead, and she's Beavis, which our personalities are much so that way too.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Cool.
She's all cranked up like that, so I'm definitely more of the chiller one, all monotone.
All right, and then you got some amazing stuff here on your side. You've got a naked warrior woman.
It's a fallen angel. She's fallen, so she's upside down. My buddy Marlon did that too. I think I was like 18, 19 when I got that. I actually do really like that. I wanted the whole angel devil type thing, but I didn't really want a real angel, so I got a fallen one.
All right, and then on your back, tell me about your back piece.
That is, it is a Horseman of Death. It's a pale rider. It says his name was Death and hell followed with him. Revelation 6:8, and it actually is not biblical to me. My favorite movie is Tombstone, one of my other ones, and Johnny Ringo says that when he kills the priest.
All right, I actually have that movie. I'm planning on watching that tomorrow, so I will look for that scene. So, epiphany right there.
Yeah, he quotes it, so I thought that was cool.
Awesome. And then you've got some more skulls down on your legs. Quite a few, huh?
Yeah, actually, I want that whole leg to be full of skulls. I just got the Misfits Crimson Ghost on my knee by my friend Harpo, so it's a work in progress.
And then you've got a lot of tattoos here, but you're also thinking you're going to get more, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing a bodysuit, so my neck below.
Yeah. And you actually do even have one tattoo on your face, right?
I do. I have a lightning bolt because I do electrical, so I'm a Sparky.
So not only is she great for just like being a piece of canvas, she is an amazing electrician, and she's also doing some really cool other stuff as well, and a little bit of modeling, right?
Yes, I do some modeling. I have a busy schedule. I'm not a licensed electrician, so I'm definitely working on that, and COVID has slowed things down a bit.
No, but she can light up your life, let me tell you. Not only with her electrician ability, but with her tattoos and with her spunky personality and her smile, and just a pleasure to be around. Your hands, these also, I'm thinking they gotta hurt, but you said the chest hurt the worst, but I'm guessing they hurt pretty bad.
Fingers are a sensitive area. I mean, but you also have to, I mean, it's pretty painful, but they're also really small, so it was quick. And that's actually, I did get that during the middle of quarantine, my hands and my fingers. And I will be learning what it feels like to remove a tattoo soon. Also, the stars on my ring finger, I'm removing those so I can put another Viking ruin on that finger.
Awesome. We've had some pretty cool Viking ruins on the show before, so it's always neat to see something like that. You just can't keep going, and I can't imagine. How long do you think you've sat to get tattooed in your life?
Well, as I mentioned before, that depends if we do my sleeve as one but it was like, I don't know. I haven't added it up. It was 7 hours just for part of my sleeve. I've already got 15 hours on my other arm. I have 10 on my back. So I honestly don't know.
So you're probably approaching a week.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Wait till we get to a month, and then we're going to be like, spending a whole month of your life getting tattooed. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, I feel like for people who get tattooed, well, and me, it's a therapy. It makes me feel better to sit in the chair, and it feels like a release. So the art is just a souvenir.
Honestly, that's something we hear quite often. A lot of people have had really horrible childhoods, and getting that tattoo sometimes can make some of that pain go away and make you feel just a little bit better.
Yeah, it definitely does. I do feel better after tattoos. And instead of going to a counselor or a therapist, I go see a tattoo artist when I'm upset.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate you doing that and sharing your stories with us today. Please like this video. Please comment. We want to hear what you think about Britney here. And don't forget to pound that subscribe button. This is Baseball Guy. This is Britney. And this is Medusa. And we are out.
Hey guys, Katie Kaz here with Tat-Stories, and I am joined today by Joey Espinoza.
What's up?
Good friend and also tatted individual.
Holla.
So Joey, I understand that you are kind of splattered with a few pieces of ink here and there. Why don't you tell us about some of them?
Well, shit, let me get started with this one right here. So back pre-quarantine, pre-pandemic and all that bullshit that we're dealing with, these 3 hearts were so cool. We and my friends Kristen and Teok went and got them. These are people that I met through my little spin community, some of the people that have become some of the best people that have come in and out of my life. But these little hearts symbolize just 3 little things that it was like pretty much like a heart for each of us, but then we were all gonna do one thing based off of Kim Petras, who, if you don't know who Kim Petras is that transgender singer from Germany. And so we all went in there thinking like, oh, we're gonna get these 3 hearts to signify one for each of us, and then we're gonna do like a whoop in there as well too. Well, come throughout the day on Valentine's Day, it started to change, it changed, and then we all got kind of something a little bit different. And then mine were the 8-bit hearts, because it's super into Zelda, especially as like a younger kid and stuff like that. So it signifies like me playing video games with my dad, and then again, just, you know, kind of like tying in with each of us. So we each got like 3 hearts there.
Cute. What else you got on this arm here? This one looks substantially bigger.
Yes, this one is, in Greek, it means the measure of a man is what he does with power. It was something that I read in one of those mythology books throughout high school, and then I was playing a video game called God of War, which is one of my favorite franchises, and literally, like, I put in the disc, and the first thing that pops up is a measure of a man is what he does with power, and it was by the Greek, like straight up,
this
boom.
Is
I was like,
be.
meant to be, and this shit is going on my body at some point, so I wanted it like really small, just right up here in the arm, and then the guy was like, nah, dude, we're not going to be able to do it, so how about we do it all the way up your arm? And I'm thinking like, oh shit, cool, let's get this done. It was like the worst tattoo ever.
I have both biceps tattooed.
Hurt so bad.
So is it the elbow or up here that you felt was like worse? 'Cause I've heard 2 different like takes from people.
I would say probably this little piece right here. It hurt all the way up in here, right here, and literally right on the wrist, and then everything else throughout probably wasn't as bad. But literally, this was like, okay, are they tattooing my back as I'm like feeling this? Because I could feel the pain everywhere. Worst tattoo ever.
And there's also an interesting phenomenon that happens when you hit certain nerve bundles. It actually sends a signal to other parts of your body. So when you're getting tattooed here, like you said, oh, am I feeling this in my back? Like, what the hell is happening? That's because your nervous system is like firing in weird ways.
Dude, yeah, I could feel that for sure, because when I got my back tattooed, I could feel things like on my side. And it started to make like my side itch a little bit, which was like really weird. So
speaking of your side, or should I say more of your backside, word on the street is that you have somewhat of a transplant.
Oh, we're flashing in 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh man, and what do we got here? Is that a crown?
It's a crown in clouds, which by the way happened. So we were sitting at a family dinner, I want to say maybe it was like Christmas or Thanksgiving, and my cousin, 13 years old, artist from since he was like a little kid, was just like doodling on there. I was like, dude, can you draw me like a crown like up in the sky or something like that? And he draws this little thing, and I'm like thinking like, oh my god, this is so cool. My friend just started fucking a tattoo guy. Ooh, bad idea, right? See these kids in high school, shame on them.
Maybe you got a discount, who knows?
It was a good fat discount for sure too, yeah. But it was pretty cool, so I took it, and then I took it to that tattoo guy, and the guy was like, are you sure you want me to do this? Like, you're only 14 years old. I'm all, oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it done. And it was the worst thing ever. I had to straddle like one of those like gross metal chair, you know, just like so nasty, and just like shirts off. I'm like dangling down, and it was like probably the worst.
They should have given you like, you know, like a stripper pole or something. You've been ready to roll, right?
I mean, I fucking feel like a stripper with that fucking tramp stamp on there now. And I always think to like, okay, how can I cover that? And then I think, no, I don't want to cover it with something bigger and just make more of a scene there. So we'll just leave it as it is.
And like me, I know we both got tattoos quite young. How old were you when you got your first one?
14.
14. Okay, what is that one? Where is it? What's the story of that? Because I know that no reputable tattoo studio is going to tattoo a 14-year-old, so there's got to be a story behind it.
So that was that one. It was my back tattoo. My friend at the time, Jessica, we were both in dance together, and so we, just hung out all the time. And she started dating this guy who was at the local tattoo shop in Pacifica, who probably isn't there anymore, so don't be trying to figure that out. But we went to him one day, and he's like, dude, I'm not tattooing a young kid, and we just kind of like talked him into it. And I mean, clearly she was like giving it up to him, so it was a little bit easier to hop in there. So he did my first one, and then my second, which are 2 little like stars right here.
Gotcha. Got that network discount, didn't you?
I did. And that was a weird one, because he's like, okay, we're gonna have to pull these pants down a little bit. I'm all, oh, okay, this is like awkward.
So now, when you started getting tattoos, I know you got them very young. Was there any sort of impetus, like does tattooing have like a special symbolism in your life? Is it more like, hey, I like this, slap it on me? Like, can you talk a little about like what tattooing in general kind of means in your life?
I would say like at a younger age, I think it was one of those things where, oh my God, nobody else can do it, and here I am getting it done. You know, I wanted to be the trailblazer. I wanted to be that person that could like walk around and flaunt something and be like, look what I did. You know, so dumb. Like, do I regret it? In some ways, yes, but do I like? It's still a part of me, and it was part of like my history, and it's also a part of like who I was and who I've turned into today as well too. So yeah, I kind of like it. And then of course there's like meaning to other ones. So like this one, measure of a man is what he does with power, is something that just resonated with me. I am Greek as well too, so my yaya was the only one that could read it. I still don't even know how to pronounce it to this day. So after she passed, we're kind of like, well, I guess we're kind of just like gonna let it die with her. But
so you may or may not have that quote on you. We don't really know.
Yeah, but it's just, and then I, kind of thought about a few times, like maybe building on it and just doing a few more things here and there. And then every time I get another tattoo, I'm all, yep, nope, that's the last one. Yep, we're done with it.
Famous last words.
Never
Speaking of
happens.
which, last question we do have for you is, do you have any other plans, designs, concepts, anything that you think you might want to get in the future, or are you officially done?
Okay, so I would say I'm officially done. Definitely not done. We know that I'm definitely not done. But I think to go along with the lines of like the Greek mythology over here, I've always wanted something that kind of started up on the chest here with like Zeus starting in like dark like purple clouds with like his lightning bolts in his eyes, kind of looking down Mount Olympus into Hades, where Hades would be standing over a bunch of like skulls and bones, and like have things like knives and like just things impaled throughout him, where he's like bleeding and just got like that super crazy mask on with like a bunch of like fire and stuff on it.
And tie
as like
that
a
Greek
full
theme?
sleeve all the way through.
I love it.
Yeah.
So walking proof, or living proof rather, that tattooing does become an addiction of some sorts.
Yeah,
Joey, thank you so much for interviewing with
Yes.
us.
Thanks
You've
so
been a
much,
doll.
guys.
This is Katie Kaz with Tat-Stories. Before we sign out, make sure you pound that subscribe button. Maybe add a comment. What do you think Joey's next tattoo is actually going to be? We would love to hear from you. Thanks so much.